Well, hello and welcome everybody to episode 54 of Late Arrivals. It's the three of
Hello,
us again this week.
hello, everybody. Apologies for my horrible voice this week. I am so sick. It's ridiculous. I feel like I literally swallowed glass.
Oh
So
yeah?
that's great. Yeah, yeah. My
Mm.
face is like leaking. I'm a wonderful, like, if you want to picture that, you're welcome. It's wonderful. So excuse all the sniffles, and I might have to mute myself every once in a while and hack away over here, but don't mind me. I'm okay.
Where'd you go to get yourself sick?
Um, I wish I had that answer,
Yeah.
but I always tell people to eat glass, and little did I know, I think I did this time because I swear to God, I woke up the other day and my throat was so bad.
You got yourself.
I done did got myself.
Congrats, you played yourself.
Yep.
Well, we have a lot to cover, and it's nice because our notes as of yesterday were like 2 bullet points, but always helps when camp opens because there's lots of juicy quotes and stuff happening around the rink. But before we get into that, we do have the prospect tournament to talk about very, very briefly. Ducks went 2-1. Their only loss coming against the Avs prospects, and their 2 wins coming against Vegas and LA. Out of all of the games, I would say the Vegas one seemed to be the most action packed, which is hard to say because the Avs one was high scoring.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like games like that in a prospect tournament are just kind of giving up rushes back and forth just
I
because.
didn't really watch that game. I was watching football on Sunday, so and plus the camera angles in those tournaments aren't good.
Well, yeah, when you're having to set up a camera in like a community rink, that's
Yeah.
definitely very hard to facilitate. But it
But
was
the one on Friday, the camera view was great, I thought.
well, because they were
Yeah,
actually in
it was the main
Henderson's.
rink
They're in
too.
Henderson's arena,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's meant for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
wasn't able to watch a ton of it. Um, I was at a football game on Sunday, so I did miss that one. But yeah, I wasn't able to tune in a lot, so that kind of sucks. I was kind of relying on Twitter to kind of let me know what was going on and how players looked.
watching the CCTV footage from the arena. I mean, if it's any good sign, a lot of the players that everybody has been focusing on, Carlson, Zellweger, Minchikov, guys like that, all kind of impressed over the weekend. Um, there was a lot of discourse because, of course, both Bedard and Fantilli had hat tricks over the weekend.
Yeah,
So,
of
so
course. Yeah.
Carlson's 2 or 3 points he got in the tournament were overshadowed, and Ducks Twitter reacted accordingly. But
Yep.
you know, the Ducks just keep winning at the prospect thing.
They're pretty good at that, huh?
I think it said
Yeah.
that they've had like 4 losses in like the last couple of years, which I'd say that's a good sign.
Man, if that meant anything, we'd be pretty dangerous.
Um go follow Felix. He made some videos on some players during that tournament. They're pretty good. So go follow our favorite Canadian.
Some YouTube videos.
Yeah. Well, he's posted it on his Twitter, I think.
Oh, okay.
But he also plugged the YouTube too. I know Jake was posting on the CTP
Oh yeah.
page
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah. So go check them out. Felix kept calling Ben King Dwight King, so
Oh,
that's
wanted
okay.
to
I'm pretty
wanted
sure
to call that out.
the broadcast, Edom and the goals play-by-play guy were taking turns calling Nathan Gauthier.
Gauthier?
That
Nice.
was distracting and it was annoying me on Friday. You could tell that someone said something because on Sunday, like Edom slipped up once and then correctly said it the next time.
Wonder how they got that out of his last name though. Because if anything, if you didn't know it was Gaucher, it looks like Goucher.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like
Goucher?
Gautier.
Is it Gautier? I thought it was Gaucher.
No, it like for them to mistakenly say Gautier when it looks, if anything, to get it wrong, I would say like Goucher.
Goucher, yeah.
Yeah, it's Gaucher though. Yeah, but that's just a weird way to mess it up, in my opinion. But hey, we love Edom. It's okay.
It's preseason. You gotta work out the kinks.
Not even preseason. Yeah, it's
Shout out Emerson.
But that has led now to big camp opening up. That opened up today. Looked like a fun time. There's a ton of content between interviews, just pictures, videos, and stuff. It's that best time of year because it means that we're a couple weeks away from meaningful hockey games again, and the big talk, of course, is Zegras and Drysdale are still not signed, which I still agree with Chris. It's not time to hit the panic button just yet.
While he's down, but we need to boo Chris because he said that they'd be signed by now, and they're not.
They did that to me, huh? They made me feel so stupid.
So unfortunately, we have to boo Chris.
You can boo me. It's okay.
I mean, the latest on the situation, at least on Zegras' side of things, is it seems they have a term down of 3 years, but the money still seems to be the issue. At this point, just pay the man. I feel if it's a matter of just getting him to camp sooner rather than later. I wouldn't say bend the knee a little bit, but you just got to get it done at this point.
Yeah.
There are reports that they're looking to sign him within the $3 to $4 million range, which does seem like a lowball offer, but at the same time, he's still young and is probably going to make a lot more money than that down the line. And not to say that in his shoes, you just have to take the money because hey, you've earned this right. There's a reason why restricted free agency is the way it is, but I understand the frustration, but I feel like it's not time to panic just yet. CJ made a very good point that 2016, both Raquel and Lindholm held out, and that was a very scary time.
Yep.
That was, I remember that was very chaotic and everybody felt similar feelings. And they wound up getting signed a couple weeks into the season. I mentioned it, I think our first episode back about, the Nylander situation from a couple years ago where he waited half the season before he reported to the Leafs.
Things happen.
Pat Verbeek's comments were really vague, and a lot of the stuff today was posted a little out of context just because they're trying to throw stuff together very fast. But I mean, to me, him saying that they're in constant contact is a good sign. If we were getting reports or confirmation that, that talks had stalled and there hadn't been communication, I would feel that's a good thing to panic about.
Yeah.
They're in Anaheim, so.
Yeah,
and I think Jamie Drysdale's agent's in Anaheim too.
Yeah, like both of them are here. It's clear that they want to be here. I feel like if this really was to a point where they were still very far off, neither of them would still be or would be here.
Yeah,
they would still be training wherever they were training over the off season. It's just it's frustrating, but at the same time, it's just like it's just kind of hockey sometimes. It's a part of the game, especially in today's day and age where players and their agents, I wouldn't say are going to stick up teams for money, but they want to maximize their value, and we are in a day and age where the hockey is so good that it's very easy to make a case for that. But this still is a sport with some older minds and some guys that were in the league in a different time, and it's just not how they see things. And I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Like Jake said, and I've said it before, I probably won't panic too much until it's like October 1st or like the end of the first week of October. And if we're still like where we are right now at the end of the first week of October, then I'd be a little worried. But yeah, bringing up the Raquel and Lindholm thing is great because that's, we lost a decent amount of games, I think, during the regular season for both of them that year. So I don't know. Hopefully it works out. I mean, them being in Anaheim, I think is a good sign. And hey, maybe when it happens, maybe it does happen on a Monday, Wednesday. So even if it doesn't, it didn't happen this past Monday, Wednesday. If it still happens on a Monday or Wednesday, I'll feel good about it.
You could still claim that you got
Yes.
the day right, just the week
Yes.
wrong.
Yep.
I think it's gonna get done before Saturday, before the fan thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think
I don't think they want to risk like unhappy people there too,
Yeah, but you can't
Yeah, you can't
give in to pressure.
Yeah,
like
you can't rush
you're
it, but-
operating a sports franchise. Like, yeah,
Yeah, you
goodwill
can't-
with the fan base is something you want to do, but
Yeah. But
I'd
I think
hate
it's
to
gonna
say
be done.
that a fan event is gonna make the the signings come
Yeah.
quicker.
Yeah, but
I will say, it's funny that I said that Zegras' contract situation kind of reminds me of Austin Matthews. And then this whole situation is like Austin Matthews, where everyone's saying, oh, he's going to leave. Austin Matthews is going to be in Arizona. He's going to go to LA. He's going here. We're
he's
getting
not
that
going
with
to Buffalo.
Zegras. We're getting that with Zegras now as Sabre fans are making mock trades like no one's business, or like it's their job in the past 48 hours, 24 hours even, all because of one little article that came out that they had to translate because it's in French. So you don't really know what's lost in translation there. But anyway, it's a two-parter where I forgot the reporter. I forgot his name. But the first part is just saying that the Sabres are doing their like due diligence on Zegras, which you could probably say every team is. I'm sure every team is looking at every RFA situation that still are unsigned. I'm sure all teams do that. They kind of check in, see what's going on, what's the holdup, and kind of what the vibe is there. So, I mean, there's really nothing there. I mean, it's just, you could put any team there and it would make sense. Like, oh, the Blackhawks are looking into it, or the Rangers, or whatever. It would make sense for anybody. And then the second part is even more nothing, because it's the dude's, the reporter's opinion, just saying what he thinks that if the Sabres were able to get Zegras out of Anaheim, what that could do to their playoff hopes this coming season, because he's saying that the Sabres need to make the playoffs next season. So I was sent that article 2 different times last night, and I'm like, yeah, there's nothing here. I read it. There's literally nothing there. And I mean, hey, if you want to jump on it and do whatever, that's fine. But I remember these same Sabres fans saying that Zegras wasn't enough of a piece for a Jack Eichel trade. And now that this thing has come out, they're jumping on it. And, because Zegras is just a trick shot merchant, right? He doesn't do anything. He sucks. He just does flippy puck stuff. But once he's rumored to go to your team, all of a sudden he's like this guy, like, that everybody wants. Come on, grow up. I'm tired of it. And it's not even, I mean, I can't even imagine how this would be if like you're a Leafs fan with Austin Matthews stuff, because this is only like a few things and I'm already tired of it. So, but between that and then if we want to, I mean, we might as well dive into the whole wonderful, what's his face? Jesse Pollock.
From everybody's favorite bar down.
Isn't that a painter?
A painter.
Oh no, it's Jackson Pollock. Never mind.
Okay, so
Don't listen to me,
Jesse,
man.
the wonderful Jesse Pollock that licks carpets for views at the bar down headquarters
Pause?
there. I'm sorry,
Pause. What?
you don't remember that happening?
I only heard of
Jake?
this guy today.
No,
Well,
you haven't.
during the playoffs, he made a bet that if Winnipeg knocked out Vegas, whoever he made the bet with, it was your typical Twitter bullshit. But if they
Yeah.
lost, he had to lick the carpet at the TSN office, and he
Yeah.
did it. So, like I said in the group chat, hey, if you have no shame, that's on you. Have fun living your life, but
Good
equating
on him, I guess.
equating to veterans being signed for a
Yeah.
shitload of money in Chicago somehow equates to lowballing your RFAs.
How does that make any sense? I
that are-
don't know.
Half their age and have half the service time, but
I barely like I read the tweet and I was just like, you know what? I was so annoyed. I was like, what is wrong with this guy? It's just so idiotic. And I love Jake's quote tweet saying, go back to licking carpet for clicks, my guy. I love that. But okay, so here's this tweet. If you didn't see it, he tweeted out, the Chicago Blackhawks are paying Nick Foligno and Corey Perry $4 million each this season. If the Ducks are actually trying to sign Trevor Zegras for the same price, then he probably shouldn't be playing in Anaheim come October. How the hell does that make any sense? I can just...
He got roasted in the comments. I
he
know
sure
that.
did. Jesse Pollock, grow up.
Figure
Figure it out.
noggin.
Figure it out. Make another weird TikTok video or something and figure it out while you're doing it. I don't know. I don't know what you got to do, but it's not this. You should have deleted it. It's still up.
Is he
sadly.
like a younger guy, an older guy?
I couldn't tell you.
probably close to like our age, if not older.
I mean,
his whole brand is being loud and
being
tweeting
loud,
stuff like that.
Yeah, being loud, obnoxious, and a Winnipeg Jets fan. And it's not our fault. No one wants to play in Winnipeg. You don't have to come for Zegras and Anaheim now. Just relax.
Get an airport, buddy.
But anyway, that's my stuff.
We will end the discussion there just because there really isn't much to add outside of that because, like I said, Pat was up front. We talked a lot about it last season that, it's weird that Pat Verbeek's getting the flack that he gets, considering that we are rebuilding. And, I don't know if it's just denial of or frustration of just wanting to be better. But I don't know, I feel like just not knowing and not having constant updates of what's happening does bug a lot of people. And in a perfect world, it'd be nice to know what he's thinking and get the step-by-step breakdown. But we know the hockey world isn't like this. GMs like to be the smartest guy in the room, thinking 5 steps ahead of everybody, and that's what they get paid to do. That's their job. They need to be thinking about these things ahead of time. And like you said, the shit takes time. It's not the ideal situation right now, but there's only so much that we can do, and that's limited to just venting about why it's irritating.
Yeah, exactly.
But some other news from camp, Mason McTavish was missing from the roster tweets yesterday, which got Ducks Twitter in more of a tizzy. Just because it did have no explanation. But that was addressed today by Pat, saying that they just felt it was he said muscle spasms when Mason was going after a puck during practice. So he doesn't see him being out more than, today, tomorrow, a couple days. But they just want him to be right and, healthy going into, especially playing preseason games. Which is understandable. No need to get out there and rush it and hurt yourself. We've already seen an injury to a young player, Matt Savoy in Buffalo had his shoulder hanging the other day. First day of their camp. Not saying they're similar situations, but that would be a worst case scenario. If he's just feeling a little discomfort in his shoulder, just let him sit out for a day or two. don't go near the Angels anymore. 'Cause walking, across Angel stadiums, like walking across a ancient burial ground at this point. But
Yeah.
the groups pretty much it's a mix of the veteran guys that were on the team, the new guys and some of the kids.
Leo has the best forwards on the team with him, so that's nice to see.
Yeah.
And notably, Leo's skating with Alex Killorn and Troy Terry. Dallas Aikens.
Might as well just surround him with good players off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Can only imagine Dallas Aikens is sitting at home with a notepad, just writing that down.
Oh, he'd be freaking playing with like Max Jones and Nikita Nesra, whatever his name is. Nikita, that guy. Nestorenko. There you go.
I mean, you had Nestorov, right? That's another Nikita, but not our Nikita.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But both Killorn and Terry had very high praises for him. Killorn pretty much said it threw him for a loop because he's like this. It made Leo being around him made him feel old. But both of them were just talking about how, one skate in, like they can tell that he's got the stuff.
They think he could be up in Anaheim all season.
For his benefit, I would hope not. But if he's lighting the world on fire,
if he makes it, he makes it, and that's good on him. But don't
force it. Don't force it.
Yeah, he's got to give him a reason to not send him down or whatever. If he's just going off like Jake said. Other than that,
but he looks impressive so far.
Very impressive. I saw his that really nice pass. Forgot which prospect game that was, and then his goal was pretty sick.
Yeah, that goal that the Ducks tweeted out.
Yeah,
the goal you're thinking of was his pass to Leno in the Vegas game.
Yep, that's the one. That was really nice.
But it's nice to see he's living up to expectation. I really hope that the preseason and his first couple NHL games he really can break out and kind of show people what he's made of. Just because, at least in the fan base, he hasn't gotten, I think, the love he deserves. But
yeah,
we've talked about that a lot. So
he's got a nice shot, man. Very heavy shot.
We do have some quotes from Pat Verbeek. They're not going to name a captain this year. They're going to kind of do it like they did last year, just by committee, just a team of assistant captains.
That's kind of surprising, honestly.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I thought for sure they'd go with
it would be Troy Terry, but
if Pat Verbeek does one thing well, it is just let things marinate. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of starting to think that they're going to give Mason McTavish a big contract next offseason, and then maybe naming him the captain.
Maybe.
Possible.
I was really banking on Fowler this year, but
I think Cam's probably my second choice, I would say.
Yeah.
But who knows what they're going to do.
His other quote, Pat Verbeek's other quote from this morning. He had a few, but notably, he also commented on the status of John Gibson. He has constant contact with Gibby's agent as well. He's talking with Gibson all the time. They still believe in him as a starter and as the number one. But the thing that got me was he said, "We're all good." So part of me thinks that maybe the conversations with Cronin coming in, surrounded by the fact that, they're adding more veteran presence and the culture is kind of shifting, maybe hasn't so much changed Gibson's mind to stay. But the fact that there's no animosity in this situation, which I don't think there would have been considering that their relationship's only been a couple seasons.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that there is still that very real possibility that he is moved. But that relationship isn't, walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Which is good to see. Everyone was kind of talking about the pitcher day thing that they posted yesterday or a couple days ago with all the players holding the boards, and his seemed like a real John Gibson answer, but at the same time it was just like, fuck, like deep down inside there's something that bugs him about how bad they've been.
Yeah.
Because getting off to a good start, just like you sit back and you're just like, it's funny.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're just like, that he's in his head.
Yeah.
Which
he knows it's going to be another long season.
It's part of being a goalie, but just seeing that, I was just like, it's funny, but I also am like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like
really sad.
Like, sorry, John. I know we're bad, but they're trying.
I like Bradko's answer. He's ready to kick some ass.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, he might be having to fight Ryan Reeves for
Yeah.
some reason. So, get your
Yeah.
tickets to Ducks Maple Leafs, because apparently some shit's going to go down because
Yep.
you can't celebrate moving on to the next round, I guess.
Wait, what happened?
Reeves did an interview with the media and they asked, like, oh, if something like what happened in the playoffs last year with, Gudas screaming in Wool's face after they beat them to move on, they pretty much asked him, like, if with you on the team, is stuff like that going to happen? And in last words, he said no, but it was a whole thing of, oh, I'll show him who's boss. And it's like,
yeah.
no, you won't.
Okay.
You guys are going to be
Cool.
winning 5-0 in that game anyways. So
Yeah.
you look like a dick if you do.
Yeah.
Is Radko gonna make me a fan? I've
You're not
like
a-
disliked this guy's way of playing hockey his entire career, and then he comes to the Ducks, and this is like this is a Ryan Garbett situation for me all over again, and I'm just so sick of it.
So sick of this.
I can't hate anybody.
It's just the universe giving back the energy you put into it, Chris.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
So sick of this.
Well, outside of that, I mean, it's hard to really say much else has happened just because, we are only a day into camp, but they're back tomorrow. I will be in attendance, as will Lou, correct?
I'm excited for you guys. I hope you guys have some fun.
It's TBD for tomorrow. I might, but definitely Saturday. I should be there.
I'm excited for you guys. That should be a blast.
I will be there taking pictures, maybe getting some good shots of the guys. Gonna try and stay for all three. So if you see me hanging around, say hi.
Jake, the photographer.
Try to get some of the players to shout out Lap.
Yeah.
I was telling my coworkers I still have my goals jacket from when I did the ice crew, so I could wear my ice crew stuff and get behind the scenes, sneak around Great Park,
There you go.
get kicked out and get us banished from all practices.
Yep.
Well, we answered the next thing I had in the notes. Do we think Leo Carlsson gets more than 9 games?
I don't think he will, personally, but unless he comes out and he's just like you said, Jake, if he's just guns blazing, then yeah, he'll play more than 9. But I personally don't think he will.
I think they'll send him back, but the one scenario of just us randomly starting off well, like we did 2 seasons ago,
Mhm.
I kind of feel like that's in the cards. I feel like the guys are a little upset with losing. Cronin coming in, and we didn't mention his interview. His
Oh my
interview was
God.
very, very insightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
it
like saying
seems
like he asked Troy why he thought he got burnt today or something like that, and then I guess that helped Troy. I don't know. I don't know what he said officially, but yeah.
Yeah,
it-
it was kind of like a here, did you know what you did wrong? Troy Terry said no, and then they kind of showed him later in the
Yeah, yeah,
same
yeah,
like yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he kind of learned like while doing it. So
Hmm.
but
instead of being told later.
I could totally see them running through a wall for at least a week or two. And
Yeah.
even if they're losing, like
Yeah.
say they don't win a bunch of games, but they're fun, I could see them keeping them around.
Hmm.
But I don't
And
know.
all that, all those drawings and stuff on the ice, like around the net. I've never seen that before.
I
And it like
I
makes sense too.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's not just hey skate along the dotted line.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that briefly. I got to look at that again. I didn't really get a good look at it.
There's like a dollar sign in the middle because I guess that's the money zone
Cash
or
money.
whatever they call it.
That's where you get paid. That's your shmoney.
Yeah,
That's where Getzloff made everybody rich.
get that bag, King.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna fall in love with Greg Cronin. Like every interview, like I love this guy. And I just recently like tweeted before we started recording, and I quote tweeted the video that Ducks posted of him talking about Terry and Gudis and Killorn and all that, and how comfortable everyone is and what they're trying to do to get more comfortable. And just the way he's talking, like it's hard to dislike the kind of perspective he has and like what he's bringing to the team and everything. Like it's so hard to not like it and not get excited. Like the team is probably going to suck, but if you have Greg Cronin talking to you at the end of every game, I think you'll feel better because he's just, I don't know, there's just something about him. I really like him. And I know it's easy to say right now, we haven't had any games, especially, meaningful games. So we're not upset yet. We're not annoyed by the losses, and we'll see how we react to his interviews during all the losses. But right now, I enjoy the guy. He's a breath of fresh air. I really like it.
Yeah, very
One,
impressive.
it's not just we got to be responsible on all sides of the pucks, get them in deep,
Yeah.
glassing out, the typical stuff. Like we'll see that during games, my guess. But
Yeah.
like you said, he has a very unique perspective on a lot of things. Talking about how you can almost, it's almost admirable seeing guys like Killorn and Gudis come over because I mean, part of it, I'd also think some stability on, you know, a favorable place like California has something to do with it. But
Yeah.
instead of being guys that are looking for one last hurrah to go for a cup, they choose coming to a place that's, openly rebuilding like Anaheim because they see the vision.
Yeah.
Um, that was really interesting to hear because his perspective on it is it takes a real humble person to do that, or a real good person to see that, like, hey, I'm not just going somewhere to ride the coattails, like I want to go somewhere and build something.
Yeah.
Killorn touched on it in his interview, saying like he went from a situation in Tampa where there's a few veterans to now he's the oldest guy on the team.
Yeah.
So like by default, he's kind of the graybeard in the locker room now. But it's been this whole transition, like even into the prospect camp, like all the videos of McIlvaine talking to the kids like after the game. There's a lot of focus off the ice. It seems like they genuinely are sticking to what they said of like they're trying to prepare everybody to be the best professional they can be, whether you take that literally as the best hockey player on the ice, or just being a professional in all facets.
Yeah.
And we're not used to that. Like everything was very cookie cutter with Aikens, just because what are you gonna say? Like, you're actively rebuilding, you're actively tanking, you can only say, oh yeah, the guys gave a good effort out there, but
Yeah.
the perspective is shifted of, okay, yeah, there's some growing and there's some building to do, but we're going to do it together. And I don't know, for once it feels nice knowing that like there's a focus on getting the positives out of everything instead of just like, yeah, you tried.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's hope that the rest of camp, the preseason games and stuff, they really kind of show us what Verbeek's vision for the future is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's been a long process and a long setup to get where we are now, but I feel like if there's any season to really be invested in out of all of the very bad ones we've had recently, this is probably going to be the one,
This is
because
the one, yeah.
we're really going to see what his end game is here. Whether it's, kind of letting the kids take over, or if they're still going to be a little reserved and protective of their kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But also kind of seeing what's going to fly and what's not from a coaching perspective. I think that's the thing I'm most excited about. It's
Yeah.
just it's a new day in Duckland.
I was gonna
we
say the
tap-
line, but I forgot what the line was.
Do we tap the sign, Lou?
What did I say last year that was funny? I don't know.
Shit.
Good fun times? No. Something is coming to Duckland. Fun times come. I don't know.
I don't know. If you know, at me.
There's
or
a
at the
meme.
pod account.
Jake made a meme somewhere.
I'm drawing a blank, man.
The
Move on.
video from the Twitter space is somewhere.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
I'm kind of mad. I accidentally deleted that. I wish I would have saved it, but what are you gonna do?
Well, before we get into our other news, I did want to mention more concrete details. I know I mentioned in prior episodes that we are looking to make a club on EASHL when NHL 24 comes out. I think what I'm going to do is see if we can fill cross-platform, just so we can get as many people involved, just so it's not limited to Xbox players.
Yeah.
But we did this. Oh, well, it shouldn't say we. But Lou provided the name a while back, and I really liked it. But we're gonna name the
Did
club
I?
the Mighty Seals.
Yeah. Yeah, you came up with the Mighty Seals, dude.
I came up with that.
You did?
Yeah. Because Jake said, how does this sound as a name? And then you just said nothing but Mighty Seals, and I don't think we heard from you for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Well, look at me go making a name for her
Yeah.
team.
The Mighty Seals.
Yep.
So my plan with that is to probably play a couple games on like a Sunday night. Maybe have like a set time where we can hop on.
Yeah.
I do want to stream those games, just so people can watch them. Utilize the Twitch a little bit more than just our episodes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I am very okay at EASHL. I'm not really much of a sports game guy.
I
But
think I've only played it a handful of times.
it is a very fun mode. So
Yeah.
it is a blast to play, and that's
And
kind of why I want to do it. Just kind of get a bunch of people together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll definitely join too. I'm on PlayStation, but I'll definitely join. And I know our friend Zoggy wants to join. He responded to one of my tweets saying, how do I join the EASHL team? So
Haley said she wants Mighty Sales merch.
Well, that was going to lead into my next point of I want to
Oh,
also make this maybe a real life thing, and also have the Mighty Seals be a roller team.
yeah.
So I'm looking to transition from playing ice maybe for a season or two to try roller, because it's a lot cheaper, and
Yeah.
honestly it's a more fun game to play, just because there's no offsides.
Mhm.
The game's just more chaotic, it
Mhm.
seems. If you've ever watched like a pro roller game, you don't know what's going on most of the time, but it's pretty lit. So if it comes down to it and there's interest, if you're listening to this and you play roller or you want to give it a shot, hit your boy up. I work at a
Yeah.
sports store, and
come on, we know our base here is Southern California, and we know all of you play roller. Like, come on. LAP's trying to bring back the pro roller league.
have us as one of the teams against actual professionals.
Yep. Mighty
But-
Seals on wheels, baby.
I feel like that's a little ways down the line, so I wouldn't
Mighty
be
Seals
too
on Wheels.
too pressed if it happens soon. But if there's interest for it, I'm always down to do it. So
Los Fuertes Leones Marinos. What?
Where'd that come from?
Oh, the mouse
Oh,
and Twitch. Did I say that right? Did I butcher that?
No, you're pretty good.
What did that
Yeah.
mean?
don't
Oh.
worry. You'll know when the Mighty Seals merch is available, because that would be a fun little merch. Yep. I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that'd be fun merch for sure.
Yeah, we need Seals merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
I've
like
been wanting
that's
Sammy the Seal stuff lately. I just don't know how to. I don't know how to put it together. Like I have ideas. I just don't know how to get it on paper and like to send it to someone and be like, "Hey, can you do this?" Like I don't know what to do.
Like
Well,
we could use our like Twitch emotes, like
Yeah,
yeah.
like a baseline for that.
yeah. Because I would love like Sammy the Seal on a snapback wearing like an LAP jersey or something. Like I need something to rep the seal.
Yeah.
But you will definitely know because we will post it everywhere and often.
Oh yeah. Yep. You will be flooded with it. There's no way you'll miss it unless you have us muted everywhere. Which I wouldn't blame you if you did, but like
Yeah, I would mute us too, honestly.
yeah, specifically when Lou takes over
Well, what? I never take over.
with your food takes.
There we go, framing me for stuff I probably didn't do.
Or Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. That was a good movie. I used to watch that movie all the time as a kid. I think I still have it on VHS.
That's nice.
Old Lou.
Do you guys have any VHSs that you've saved?
Probably somewhere in storage. Yeah. I
Yeah.
used to love the orange ones from Nickelodeon.
The orange one. What does that mean?
The orange VHS tapes, like the entire tape
Oh,
was
they were all
orange.
orange, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Orange and white.
Hey, they're making a good burger too. I don't know if you knew that.
I did see that. Yeah.
Gotta capitalize on nostalgia.
I'm weirdly excited for that.
Why weirdly?
I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
you don't have to be weirdly. You can be excited. It's not weird. We
Yeah,
grew
okay.
up with that, my friend.
Yeah, true. You're right.
All right. Well, do either of you want to read the ads? Because I don't know if I can get through a full ad read without hacking.
I need to get to notes.
Lou can do 714. I'll do the other two.
Okay.
I gotta look for them.
You
I
have
gotta scroll
time.
up.
You have time.
I'll say it hasn't changed. It's always been the
I know,
same.
but I never save it.
Just make it your desktop picture.
Yeah, probably. All right, I got them. All right.
Okay. I'll start and then you can finish with 714.
Yeah.
Mr. Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an affiliate link through ITR and ESPN Plus. Season starting with no TV deal for the Ducks, it seems, since Bally is going bankrupt. But we'll cross that bridge, I guess, when games start. But you can sign up today insidetherink.com/ESPN. It just helps the network as a whole. We've added some new podcasts, some new writers over at ITR. So it's not just exclusively helping us, but it helps everybody, keeps the websites up. Connor and Andrew put a lot of work into keeping us running over there.
Mhm.
As the season goes on, we'll be pumping out articles and stuff. I'm gonna try and be better. I know I've said it 2 or 3 times, but I'm gonna try and write a little bit more this season, just to, even if it's opinion stuff, just to keep the content flowing. But you could also go to one of our partners, Shift Hockey, and use our code LAP10 at checkout. I talk a lot, and I'm very passionate about getting cheap hockey gear, because hockey is a super expensive sport when probably should be a little bit cheaper given the quality of some stuff. But we're big fans of the Shift apparel.
Huge fans, yeah, because they got cream sweatshirts and shirts and beanies and a whole plethora,
Cream.
of things.
I know Connor said he liked what he's gotten so far. But their main selling point is their sticks. They're essentially retail level, comparable to Bauer, CCM, and a lot cheaper. Sticks definitely are one of the most important parts of the game, because you can't play it without one. And they're also the most expensive. A lot of the top brands go anywhere from $300 to $350, which is a little ridiculous for sticks that tend to break. But yeah, you use LAP10 at checkout. You get 10% off your order over at Shift Hockey.
And we've also partnered with 714 Tickets to get you, our fans, deal on tickets for any event you plan on attending. Use code LAP. That's LAP at checkout for 10% off your order and 5% towards any future orders with 714. Ducks Kings this weekend, Sunday.
Still need to get my home opener tickets.
Yeah. I think one of the LA football teams is at SoFi on Sunday, so get you some tickets for that.
Plenty of sport.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be sports either. It can be concerts.
It could be concerts, could be anything your little pea picking heart desires.
Pea picking heart.
Yeah.
Lou's always keeping us on our toes here.
Yeah. Keeps you young.
Gotta say, I love the Orange Alliance. Is that your Orange Alliance jacket?
Yeah.
That you're wearing? If
Got
you're
it
not,
Sunday at the thing that they
beautiful.
did.
It's beautiful.
I didn't stay very long, but I did get some pictures of the center ice.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you're not watching this on Twitch or YouTube, and you're listening, you're missing out on a great jacket that Lou's rocking right now. It's
nice. The jacket they gave out for Orange Alliance members.
Yeah,
it has Mighty Ducks on the back.
Yeah, big old Mighty Duck logo on the front.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Great.
Black and orange.
Kinda hot.
It's comfy too.
Is that the Orange Alliance patch on the sleeve there?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And it's getting cold lately here. So
fucking finally.
Yeah, finally.
Damn.
Like it's been overcast all day. And it wasn't cold yesterday, but it was fine.
It was fine.
Better than what we've had.
Get home every night now and it's like 68 outside instead of being like 80 degrees still. It's incredible.
That sounds so wonderful.
Transitioning into the second half of the episode here. We have a conclusion to the Mike Babcock saga, the latest.
That happened kind of quick, huh?
He's gone.
He resigned, as he put it, to not be a distraction to the team. But holy shit, what a mess.
What an idiot.
It came out
more weird stuff come out.
Yeah. So it came out that the situation was just more than asking the guys to see their phones. They happened in very isolated incidents. So it wasn't just like, hey, you're at the rink, come in my office. It was like,
come to my house.
Him just kind of showing up and being like, hey, let's do this. Come on. Like, I need to get to know you. Kind of really weird psychopath behavior.
Follow me to my extra dark room over here. And we're gonna look.
He offered him lunch, and then once he saw the pictures, he told him to leave without lunch.
He left without. He just he
Yeah.
Oh,
himself
I
left.
thought he promised the players lunch, and then said, "No, you're not getting lunch after."
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but the thing that bugged me the most about it, everyone was kind of rejoicing that, it blew up in the Blue Jackets face, but the whole fact that they kind of were aware of like, oh, this isn't really going to be well received, but you know what? Let's do it anyways. Like, it's just the NHL being the NHL. Yeah,
Mhm.
I feel like this is never going to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, management looks really, really, really bad.
It's just like you're telling, like, they pretty much told on themselves. Like Kekalainen and the owner, like, you're admitting that you probably shouldn't have done the thing, but you did it anyways because you're desperate to win or get back on the right course. Like,
Hmm.
it's just how sports is going to be. But like, I don't know. It's just funny, kind of like, at least they're man enough to own up to it, but then also not having the self awareness to be like, well, I thought it was okay at the time.
Yeah.
But
And it kind of makes the comments from like Johnny Gaudreau even worse.
And
At
Joe
least
Jr.,
and yeah. At least
the
in my
actual
opinion.
captain.
Yeah, like I don't like how they said, well, it wasn't weird to me. You know what I mean? Like it's not just
Yeah,
about you. Like
just because you weren't weirded out by it doesn't
yeah.
mean others
It,
weren't too.
just it was just the whole thing is just so weird, and
It's really weird.
it's kind of uncomfortable just like reading it too. Like Babcock is just there's
Weird.
just something not right there. Like he's just gotta hopefully he stays away from the game entirely for the rest of his life.
Yeah, hopefully this
Um
is it for him, but
yeah, because who knows? Like, okay, he's out of the NHL. Next thing you know, he's like in junior hockey.
yeah, I mean, I hope this is just kind of the last straw of like, let's just cut the cord. He's done. This is probably the end of his career. Let's just be over it. But we thought that was the case when he got fired from the Leafs, and here we are. So,
mhm.
you know, the NHL is just gonna have this problem until this kind of mindset, this generation is out of the game, I believe. But being dumb and making the easy, low risk decisions that are gonna hopefully win you favor because the guy won a cup, a bunch of years ago. Just kind of how it goes sometimes. It's shitty. I do like that there's an interview that Biz did with Alan Walsh and Adam Wild from the Steve Dangle podcast, where he apologized and said that he didn't mean to lump Jenner into all this and naming him specifically, but at the same time, also saying that it was something that needed to be told. Because for all the shit that Barstool gets and Chicklets gets just being associated with Barstool, it's good for once that
Biz did a good job here
yeah,
reporting this.
it wasn't just jumping the gun and kind of jumping into things just for clicks like a lot of people were saying, but it was really with people's best interests in mind, which is respectable, regardless of how you feel about Chicklets or Barstool in general.
Yep.
It was meant with the goodest, or the best of
The gooder.
intentions.
Yep.
Ooh, Christopher is back.
There's the Chris.
The Christopher.
We did have some captaincies filled. Braden Chen becomes the next captain of the Blues, but most
Nick Ritchie
notably,
got robbed there.
Brad Marchand is the new captain of the Bruins. Second time captain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was he the second time captain? Is he?
they gave it to him for, I don't remember, was it like a gag or a,
It was some weird thing that they did a few years ago, wasn't it?
it was
I
like
couldn't tell you.
it was the season after the bubble, I think. They did something that like weird half season.
Yeah.
We did have a trade. The Canucks and the Canadians make a trade. The Canucks offload Tanner Pearson's contract and another pick, which I kind of feel like Vancouver needs to hold on as many as they can.
Yeah.
But hey, let's let them make their stupid decisions. And
Yeah.
going back to Vancouver, is Casey DeSmith, which, hey, they got some goalie depth. I guess that's cool. But kind of just a random
Yeah.
preseason trade. Not much of consequence
Nothing-
there.
Nothing too crazy. Yeah.
Certainly not the blockbusters, happening in the mentions of the Charging Buffalo at the moment. But
Oh God.
lastly in the notes, we had the PWHL held their inaugural draft. You want to talk a little bit about that, Chris? I know this is more so
Yeah.
your forte.
This is his forte.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. They were streaming it on Twitch, and it was long. Since it was their very first one, they only have 6 teams. They had like 16 rounds, so it was pretty crazy.
How long were the rounds? Was it like standard?
Yeah, it was pretty standard. But luckily, you only have 6 teams to go through instead of
Yeah.
like
32
30 or even 20.
Who got picked first?
So Taylor Heisey was the first ever draft pick in the PWHL. She got drafted to Minnesota, which is really cool because she went to college. She just graduated college. She went to the University of Minnesota and played hockey and was a very good player for them.
That's cool.
So she gets to stay home. That's really the most notable for me, at least, is like just to be able to see that happen and kind of see history be made.
How come the notable names didn't participate in this? Why were they able to just get picked from like free agency or whatever?
I think they have like a certain age. I'm not 100% sure, but kind of like in the NHL where you can you have that time frame where you become like a UFA type of deal.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And then you have other players that have to actually like declare for the draft and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But one thing that was really cool with the draft themselves, with each pick, is that each team, when they had their pick and they put out their graphic and everything of the player and all that, they had a specific color. And I noticed that every team had a different color. So I was looking and I kind of got an idea of what these teams will look
Uniforms.
like. I'm not sure when they're gonna like name their teams, give us a logo, anything like that. But at least we're getting colors. And Toronto, hold on, really quick. If you don't follow Core, their at is at Arson and Hockey. They are a great follow for women's hockey, and they were on this before me. I didn't even see their tweet, and I'm like, oh, I noticed that they're doing all these like specific colors for each team. Well, Core got on it, made a graphic of each team and the color. Toronto is like a light blue. Think of like the CFL Toronto Argonauts, if you know what they look like.
Yeah.
That like really nice light blue.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of cool. Boston, it's weird seeing a Boston hockey team not in yellow. They're like a darker, like forest green.
Kind of like the Celtics green.
Yeah. Think of like the Celtics. And then New York is like a seafoam green. Think of like the WNBA team or the NWSL team.
Oh, the Liberty or
Liberty and like Gotham FC, the women's soccer.
Yeah.
I love that. Like I'm already like almost fully on board.
That's a nice green.
Yeah, that's like I'm almost fully on board with New York. Ottawa, they have like the same red as the Senators, and then
I've
Montreal.
seen that before.
Montreal kind of has like a maroon look. It's like a darker red. It's kind of nice. But
What's
then
Minnesota's?
Minnesota's purple. So
Oh.
like I was like all over New York from the beginning, even before I knew the colors. But Minnesota might win me over with that purple, man. Like it's like a dark purple too.
We
It's
need
not.
more purple teams.
Yeah, we do.
Just like
Especially
in
especially in
sports in
hockey.
general. We just need more purple.
Yeah, especially in hockey too, because the purple pops so nice, like on the ice. Oh my god.
LA really needs to go back to those uniforms.
But yeah, so I'm trying to. I said I wouldn't really decide on a team until they come out with like their name and logo, but Minnesota and New York are definitely my top two just because of the colors alone. But yeah, Taylor Heisey, congrats.
Yeah.
First pick in the PWHL, first draft pick ever. That might be a trivia question on some kind of game show in the future, so that's kind of cool. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for this league to kick off. If you don't know that they're kicking off in January, they said probably around the new year, January 1st, January 2nd, something like that.
How long?
Still no idea how we're gonna watch games yet. They haven't come out with that yet. So there's still a lot to be released in the coming months.
How
but
long
we'll
is their
see how it
schedule?
goes.
Like how many games do they play?
This year it's 24. And then next season they wanna start playing 32, I think, and they want to, instead of starting every January, they want to make it a point to start every November. So
Okay.
so
It's
just
about a
this
quarter
year's
of the
January.
NHL season.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. And hopefully they have success right out of the gate and we can see expansion and
Get us
get a lot
a
of cities
Southern
involved,
California
and
team.
that would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
You know what
But yeah,
else
I'm
is
excited.
sick that we didn't talk about?
What?
Dostal's pads.
Oh my
my
god, those are
mask.
so hot.
God, dude.
Holy shit.
I'm not
I
even gonna
mean,
lie, I almost passed out.
Tyler told us ahead of time that it was gonna be quite the
spectacle.
the setup, but holy
Yeah, he was not
shit.
lying.
Those things, I kind of hope he keeps at the end of the season, because if those things hit sideline swap, those are going for like $5,000.
Yeah.
Like easy.
Like the pads and stuff.
Oh yeah. There's a guy that buys up all that stuff and sells it pretty expensive. Like that set's going to be very, very sought after. Because I remember Ryan Miller's from the first reverse retro season
Mhm.
were very highly sought after. And I think the guy that bought him for like $2-3 grand secondhand, and the original guy got him for like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get Tyler to get some sick angles of that mask too. I need to see more of that mask.
Hey, maybe he wears it tomorrow at camp and I get some pictures.
Yeah, there you go. I
would-
can't. Oh my god, I can't get over all that.
I want to know what Gibby's setup's gonna look like, because he usually has a good setup.
Yeah,
It's gonna be weird though, because Gibson usually does like the Guy Bear kind of design,
And that's what
and he's done a
Lucas
couple.
Stolzels is.
He's done a couple for the anniversaries and just as his normal.
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna-
very behavior-ish.
It's gonna be interesting to see what Gibby has, because his masks have been really, really good lately too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said this Dostal setup kind of reminds them of Jaguar.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
100%.
because of the feathers.
Yeah, and like the pads almost have like the same kind of design as Jaguar did back.
Honestly,
in,
I
like,
don't really pay attention to the pads design.
No.
No.
You got to start, Lou.
Is it that interesting?
Yeah.
Goalies are just, everything about a goalie is interesting. It's just great stuff.
I just noticed the helmets mostly.
Milo, please don't drop my water, my son. It's like
Shout out Milo.
He's sitting on the desk right here. If you're watching on Twitch, about 5 minutes ago, he came waddling across the screen. Probably saw his tail. Well, I guess we can get into our questions here, because we have a lot of them.
Yeah, we got a lot of them this week.
Thank you for participating.
Yeah, thank you for entertaining us.
Yeah, thank you so
Sure.
much.
Before we
Okay.
get into listener questions, we do have to start with our Hockey 365 topic of the week. And he asks, and this was a good one given we got to hear from the man himself, but what does a successful first season under Greg Cronin look like?
I would just say improvement.
I mean, with it
Improvement from
being
the prospects, and
the bar's pretty low for his first season as a coach. They don't even have to. I mean, I know how frustrating it was. Like, we knew last year how bad it was going to be, and then even when it happened, it was still so annoying. But we knew what we were getting into, but we were still so annoyed. But it was hard to even want to talk about it. But I guess, like, kind of like what I've been saying all of last season, like, they're going to lose more than they win. So hopefully those losses, they at least are involved. And hopefully this Greg Cronin type of hockey is an entertaining type of hockey, win or lose. And they're in these games and they look like they're an NHL team and they belong on the same ice as like a Toronto Maple Leaf team or like an Avalanche or, I mean, hell, even the Kings now, or the Knights, anything like that. Like, if they can just keep up with some teams, like there
if
are going to be
they
nights where they're going to get absolutely demolished. We know that. Like, it's probably going to be ugly. But if they can hang in there most of the time, where most nights at the end of the game, even if it's a loss, you're like, that didn't hurt that bad. Like, it was actually, they played well. They just
yeah
didn't get the bounces, or they just took too many penalties, or, just little growing pain stuff like that with like a whole new system too. So,
yeah, I just want to see him like the record from like 2 years ago, where they picked 10th.
oh, okay. Yeah.
So just go back to that, and it's okay. But yeah, we do need to start seeing some improvement in
Yeah.
the standings too.
Start climbing out of this hole just a little.
Yeah.
Improvement would be the main one. I would say just developing chemistry this season. Because we are going to see a lot of guys in different spots, given that there were a lot of departures.
Yeah.
For the most part, the forward core is the same, but the defense is going to be a real mixed bag of just who's slotting in where. Vakanainen's off of IR, so he's another wrinkle in the fold when it comes to the defensemen.
Yeah.
I would say development for the young kids.
Yep.
Depending on who it is coming up. It is very promising to see that, McIlvaine having control of the prospects for the tournament was a little bit of an eye opener, because granted, they're also playing against other prospects, so it's not like we're watching, NHL caliber games just yet. But
And then none of them really played with each other before.
Yeah.
they were relentless. Just like it seemed like every time the Ducks had the puck in the Vegas game, there was always one or two good opportunities in a row, and it either led to a really high danger chance or it led to a goal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think the thing that helps is they're pushing a style now where the D is very involved, but they're not stagnant. They're very active, which when you have skaters like, Olin Zellweger coming up, that's, a fantastic skater and, like great on his edges. Having a guy like that that's going to be able to be, like a Cale Makar out there that's just really shifty and involved with everything, instead of just like, okay, yeah, get it back to the guy that's standing there with his stick up at the point.
Yeah.
I would say kind of building that, maybe lumping in kind of just developing and getting all that together, as long as we can end the season and there's some progress, instead of like, okay, it was a little bumpy because he's new and the kids did okay and the veterans did okay. Like, as long as we can take something away at the end of the year of like, wow, that was noticeable. Like, this was a different style of hockey that we aren't used to seeing. I feel is kind of the main goal, but
Mhm.
Yeah. Hopefully there's less like question marks at the end of the season.
yeah, you don't want it to be like, okay, well, why is this guy playing here? Why did Leo play his 9 games with these 5 guys, and then X, Y, and Z. We can sit back and pose all these questions all we want at the end of the year,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
the leash is going to be very small, or I wouldn't say very small. The freedom is going to be there to test stuff out, because
Yep.
he's coming in as a first time coach. He's going to have a very long leash of what is going to fly and what's not. Not saying that there's any reason to doubt what's going to happen this year, but it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
And we like weird. Let's get weird.
Let's get weird. Yeah, I'm excited for some Cronin hockey, and I think it helps with his Boston accent. It just gets you jazzed.
His accent is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it just gets you
Jazzed?
going. Completely jazzed, Lou.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Well, we can get into our questions here. We will start with Patrick's. He asked, which team other than the Ducks needs a rebrand the most? How would you go about it?
Okay.
On the top of my head, Winnipeg. Just go back to your 90s era uniforms.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. I was gonna say Winnipeg.
That's number one. The Kings, go back to your purple and black uniforms.
If the logo changed from the home plate logo and they kept the black and white, I wouldn't.
Florida, like Ryan just said, Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of the soccer jerseys.
Yeah, like Jake's saying about the Kings too. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, the Kings logo is just dumb.
I'm trying to think of
Stars.
Oh yeah, stars. They can keep their current colors, like the green.
I hate their current colors so much.
If they want to keep that, that's fine. But go back to the original like stars logo. That was perfect.
Yes.
I mean, you could do like their reverse retro. That was the 90s star jerseys, just no white gloves and no white pants. Like those jerseys would have been so much better with some black in the uniform. But hey, you got to be out there sometimes.
Nashville too, I think. I don't really mind their or Adidas era uniforms, but they need a rebrand.
Yeah, I can't really think of anybody else. Lou kind of nailed the. I was gonna say the.
Oh
Jets.
yeah, Washington. Go back to Screaming Eagle, or even just go back to the Capitol building uniform.
Screaming Eagle in the current colors, if they want to keep the Murica vibe going.
Like the reverse retro.
Yeah,
I thought the Capitol building uniforms were really good too.
Yeah, those weren't bad.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of their history is Ovechkin in the red, and while he's chasing the goals, I don't think you change that.
I love that color scheme though. That brown, copper, and blue and black.
That used to be the thing in DC back in the day because
the Wizards
had the
used
same thing.
Yeah, the Wizards. Yeah, they brought back that uniform last year for their throwback.
Yeah. I'm in the minority when it comes to like the Sabres and Penguins, because I do love the Sabres go ahead, the red and black, but I know most fans like the original logo, and I like it too. Like their look right now is perfect.
Yeah, their rebrand, they did a really good job on that.
Yeah, like their blue home, white away, and then the go ahead as a third, I think is the perfect set of uniforms. The Penguins, I'm in the minority because I like the Robo Penguin more than their current Penguin. And I feel like a lot of Penguins fans hate that Penguin for some reason, but the Robo Penguin I'm talking about, because I know most of them I think like the current look, but I don't know.
I love the Robo Pin.
Yeah.
I like the gin and juice one. I love that.
Oh yeah.
The word mark across.
Yeah. I love that one too.
It's what my beer league team's black jersey is based off of.
Yeah, those are nice. I like that. Blackhawks, I kind of wish the Blackhawks wore black instead of
maybe
red.
Just go to a different logo.
I did hear that the Blackhawks the Blackhawks black jerseys are making a comeback.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my God. Rooch 20 in the chat said from the movie Sudden Death. Yes. Yes. Love that movie. Even though that's what kind of started my whole thing when I was a kid to be afraid of like penguins. But anyway, there was a wait, whole episode about that.
Wait,
we
are
don't
you
talk
afraid
about
of actual penguins?
I was, not
we-
anymore.
We covered
okay.
this.
Yeah, we covered
this.
that. Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Iceberg in Sudden Death was a murderer.
Yeah, he sure was.
Yeah. It's a great movie. It's a fun little movie that just happens to have hockey, and Jean-Claude Van Damme plays hockey in the movie.
I'm trying to think of other teams that could do a rebrand.
I feel like everybody else is okay.
Tampa Bay. Stop looking like the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, they need to add black.
Yeah,
back
just
to
go
their
back to
colors.
your first cup winning uniform. The
Yeah, that'd
Vincent
be
like
sick.
Cavalier.
Cavalier.
Vincent Cavalier, yeah.
Could have just said Marty St. Louis and saved that, but it's all right.
Well, that was the first name that popped up in my head, Chris.
Right. Our next one comes from my boy Bentley. So what would you do if it was Randy Carlisle tasked with looking through your phone?
I would tell him not to see. He doesn't have permission to look at my phone.
Throw a stool at him.
Would hope that he
You throw
likes
what?
cat pictures.
Would you say?
I'd throw a stool at him.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Thought I heard you say.
Yeah. I do have a lot of pictures of dogs though. Like Jake said with cats, mine's just with dogs. So I mean he wouldn't find a lot of family stuff in there.
It would be cat pictures
And like weird memes.
beams and notes I've forgotten to get rid of after episodes.
Yeah, my
same.
picture camera roll is all cats and of my cats and like hockey stuff.
Beers at Disneyland.
No, I
Just-
just put down my stories.
He would just see Pat Verbeek opening like a can of Monster, like 3 different pictures of it.
One with a pink lens flare, one with a red lens flare.
Mhm.
Okay, we have some fun ones that are all based around Trevor and Jamie. First one comes from Haley. She said, "Gun to your head, you have to send either or both of them to other teams. Who do you send where?"
Well, Connor had a write-in, so I'll say Connor's since he's not with us tonight.
He's in Jackson Hole,
He's in Jackson Hole. He said
fly
Zegras.
fishing.
Zegras, he would say Devils. And then Jamie Drysdale, he said Kings. And he had to know that this is from an NHL fan perspective, not a Ducks fan perspective. So Devils for Zegras, Kings for Drysdale. Zegras on the Devils would make sense.
Ryan just said no, please, in all caps.
Gun to my head, huh?
I would say Zegras to New Jersey and say Jamie to Montreal. I
I'll
feel
say-
like they have a bunch of old guys and then a bunch of young kids not ready.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Lou.
I'll say Z to Carolina. That would be really fun, I think.
Him and Svechnikov just doing lacrosse moves every other
Yeah.
shift.
Although no, because I don't like Rod Brindamore's offense. It's pretty
Oh, okay.
boring.
I thought you were gonna say you don't like Rod the Bod. I'm like, are you?
No,
what's wrong with
he's
you?
cool.
Like the best coach.
Yeah, I'll just say Carolina because I don't know.
Where's Jamie going?
Jamie's going to, I don't know. I guess maybe Arizona. When they're good, he might be a
Okay. I was gonna
stalwart
say
there.
Zegras, New Jersey, but since Connor and Jake said that, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm actually gonna say Zegras to Arizona, for my own purposes here. So I can
Wow.
watch him most nights, and that'd be kind of funny with all the stuff that's gone down between the Ducks and Coyotes, and if he actually came here. But Jamie, I was gonna say Drysdale to the Hurricanes. I think he would He'd be a nice fit in Carolina.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Gun to my head. There you go. But it ain't happening. So no clipping any of this. I don't want to see any of this on Puck Empire or whatever's going on and be like, oh, Zegers to the Coyotes. Hashtag Howl.
So our
Dude, I
next,
want to see you on Punk Empire so bad. That'd be hilarious.
our next one's
Haley
mainly.
said she can't accept any of these answers. They're not allowed to go anywhere. Was that a trick question?
Interesting.
Must have been a trick question.
Our next one's a little accusatory of Lou here, but Appa says, "Do Zegers and Drysdale know that Lou leaves games early and that's why they haven't signed yet?"
Ratio plus L plus Bozo plus go take a nap.
Go take a nap.
Next question.
Lou leaving early. Sickening behavior. Sickening.
I've only done that a few times,
I know. You don't
but
do it a lot.
apparently a few times is too many per some.
Well, some people, you could do the same thing 10 times in a row, and then the 11th time you don't do it, that means you never do it. You know what I mean? So some people just, are
Some
like
people
that.
just need to mind their own business,
Yeah, maybe touch some grass. You'd
Yeah.
say.
Get some CTO or what's it? Vitamin D. Why did I say CTO? Get some vitamin D on your skin.
I don't know.
Our next one comes from C Season 22 on Twitter. And they ask if we can only wind up keeping one, who do you keep, Jamie or Trevor?
Trevor.
Trev.
That's kind of easy.
Yeah.
You
Especially
keep the
with
Z.
all the defensive
All the
prospects coming
defensemen the
up.
Ducks have, it wouldn't be a huge loss.
Yeah.
Jamie,
But we love you,
to go.
Jamie.
Yeah. Shout out Jamie.
Okay, our
Some
next
carbon
one.
dioxide.
Our next one comes from Nat, and she asks, "What are we looking forward to most this season?"
For me
Well,
personally, the 30th anniversary merch, honestly, and like the stuff they're going to be selling.
yeah, those special nights that they're going to be having, those bobbleheads will be pretty cool too. Because
I
they
can't wait
got
for
a
those.
Korea bobblehead, Solani, and McTavish.
And I'm excited opening night to see what the full uniform looks like.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
looking
hard.
forward.
It's hard not to say the 30th anniversary stuff. So that's definitely one thing. Even if the season is going to be terrible, at least the 30th anniversary will have some. We'll be celebrating something. Most nights.
I hope Wild Wing comes from the rafters this year, like they did on the 25th.
Yeah.
They did that for every Sunday game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I would say I'm mainly excited.
they gotta
outside
have
of
Wild
the
Wing jump through the burning ring of fire.
no. Outside of the 30th anniversary
He might redeem
stuff,
himself.
I'd say just Cronin hockey. I want to see what Cronin hockey is all about.
The Crone Zone, baby.
The Crone Zone, and I'm really interested in Dostal this year. I want to see what kind of steps he takes, whether it's a bulk of it being in the NHL, maybe back in the AHL. I don't know, but I just want to pay attention to Dostal a lot and see what
I
kind
want
of
to see
growth
those pads and helmet.
and the pads, yeah. But see what kind of growth he goes through, and I'd like to see if he's ready to take on, like, I don't know, 30 games soon, 35. NHL's kind of shifting away from the goalies that are starting like 60, 65 games, thankfully, because, if you're making the playoffs, that goalie's dead by playoffs. But
You have a Cam Talbot who comes back the very next year and just is so tired that he can't do anything.
So it's nice that they're actually using two goalies, maybe three sometimes, to kind of split the workload a bit. But yeah, I'd say probably just Cronin hockey and Dostal.
Yeah.
I agree with Lou on the jerseys. I think that's the big one for me. Man, the hockey, I'm going to be invested in it regardless. So I mean, certainly excited for what Cronin and McIlvain are going to do to the system, because they are going to be a shot in the arm, but I do love some anniversary jerseys. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, Heather wasn't very specific on how many players this has
Yeah, I
to
saw that. Let's
be.
just do 3.
We'll do 3, but she asks what animal would each player be if they were animals, and I believe she means in regards to the ducks. So pick your 3 favorite ducks,
They'd all be
I
ducks.
guess.
Wow.
Do Zegras, McTavish, and Terry. We'll do those, or I will.
Teddy
Huh.
me, John Gibson would be a koala
Okay.
because he gets feisty, but most of the time he's just kind of chilling, just kind of there.
Yeah. That works.
Let's see.
This is actually tougher than I thought it was going to be.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm trying to think of an animal that's like just wacky and annoying, because that would be Zegras. Like something that is like completely
A
like.
Yeah, I'll go-
hyena, maybe.
Okay, there you go. Hyena. That's a good one.
I was gonna go chimpanzee for Z, or any kind of like monkey that is hyperactive.
Spider monkey. It's gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
I might be 9 years old, Chip, but I'll still beat your ass.
Yeah, so Zegras would be something that's just like constantly annoying you, as like some kind of animal that just won't shut up and just has too much energy.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of one more. I mean,
Terry.
I'm
Terry?
picturing one in my head, but I don't know like
Mhm.
what player to attach it to. You know, the little like desert like geckos that like run on their hind legs, and they like
Yeah.
A meerkat?
they like fan out the like stuff around their face.
Yeah.
A
I don't
meerkat?
know.
A meerkat?
We're talking about a lizard, Lou.
I don't. What?
This
I
is
don't know.
this is very hard.
I don't know what McTavish would be.
I feel
Terry
like
would-
Radko
Terry would be
Gudis would be
like-
like a dog, like a pit bull or something.
I was gonna say Terry would be like a dog, like a golden retriever.
Yeah, I could see that.
McTavish.
I feel like
Huh.
he'd be a poodle
A poodle.
Poodle,
because of
what?
that, just because of his hair.
Wow.
He's a poodle. Hey, standard poodles, they're feisty.
Are they?
They're feisty creatures. So I can see that.
Are we done with this one? Because this was a lot harder than expected.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
move on.
I'll be having a talk with Heather about making questions more concise, not so
Come
hard
on, Heather,
for
we're
us.
stupid. Jeez.
Maybe next time a specific kind of animal.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Our next one comes from our boy Zoggy, who we shouted out earlier. But he asks, "Who are you most excited to see in the NHL this season in Anaheim?"
In Anaheim?
Yes,
Leo. I think
Leo and
Leo's good.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zellweger. I think it's Zellweger for me right now.
And Pavel Minchikov.
Yeah. Zelly.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. We got this one knocked out.
That was really quick, guys.
Easy.
Okay, our next one comes from our pal Shant. He asks, who is your dark horse player to watch in the league this year?"
Ah,
I feel like Tage Thompson's gonna be a Rocket Richard finalist this year.
yeah, he was a monster last year. He was fun to watch.
Last year was like the breakout. I feel like this year he's gonna have another monster year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tim Stützle.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yep.
I think I'll go. I don't want to go. I was gonna say Savoy from the Sabres, but with that, I don't know what his status is.
Is he injured or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, he got hurt in one of their scrimmages, I think.
I think
That
so.
sucks.
Yeah, maybe Zach Benson. I kind of want to see. I feel like a lot of the Sabres young guys are gonna really step up. I think they're gonna be. I think the whole team is gonna be a team to watch this year. I really do believe this might be the year they finally.
Zach Benson's not going back to junior.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Oh,
But
Wishful thinking.
wishful thinking for sure. I don't know. I think the Sabres are going to be a fun team this year. I mean, they were fun last year, and I
Yeah.
think they're finally gonna make it back to the playoffs, and I hope they do.
Ryan said.
That city's a lot of fun when they're in the playoffs.
Ryan said Matthew Boldy, top 10 scoring if not injured. I can
That's
see
a good
that.
one. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, I
good
can see
one.
that.
Yeah.
Remember the lose boldly for Boldy hashtag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
That was a fun
Be
time.
moldy for Boldy. Was that his
Who
name?
who is that? Who was that question from again?
That was from
Shant.
Shant. Okay, yeah, he had another one that we didn't answer, I guess, last week.
He was trying to ask Lou if he had made someone
That's
disappear.
it's a thing. It's a kind of an inside joke.
Okay.
It's just between him and I. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I don't want to know. That's fine.
No, I'll tell you off screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our next one comes from our pal Jake Rudolph, and I feel like this is aimed. I'm gonna say you and me, Chris, because I feel like Lou might know the joke behind this. But what do you think no badges with the skull emoji means?
Yeah, I know exactly what it means.
No badges with the skull emoji.
I kind of feel like it's like a football chirp, like a soccer chirp, I should say.
Soccer. I went straight to wrestling just because from who it's from. But then I feel like Jake, you would know that.
Yes
Maybe.
and no. I'd
I
say if
don't
it was a
know,
wrestling thing, it'd be
badges?
like 50-50, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels like it
It's-
feels like it
it's-
would be like a European insult.
It kind of feels like maybe it's like is it a gaming thing? I don't know. It kind of feels like something my instant thought was no bitches.
Do you want to enlighten us, Lou?
Yeah, so it's from Leo Carlson. I think
Is
like
it?
the draft night when he got drafted, everybody in the Crash Spawn Discord was like looking at his social media and all that stuff. And like in one of his posts that he since deleted, it's from NBA 2K, the game. Like the players, they get
Okay.
badges.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's kind of like the X Factor thing in NHL.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then like I don't know what he was referring to, but basically means no badges is like a derogatory
Okay.
thing towards somebody. But
Huh.
it's an NBA 2K thing.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I was kind of right. It is an
Yeah.
insult.
Yeah.
I don't know. I it's kind of hard to explain.
And you said it got deleted?
Yeah, he like deleted everything off his
Yeah, just like
Instagram.
him rapping.
Yeah, and from his shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did he delete that?
I don't
That
know.
was fun.
I know. I posted that on the LAP account. That was a blast. I watched like 5 times. I'm like, look at this guy. Just enjoying his life. He's gonna be best friends with Zegras, and it's gonna be terrible for everybody.
Okay, our last one, our squeak of the week from good old Ryan, who's in the
Squeak
chat
week.
for this. So this can only end very great.
Very great.
But it starts. It says in the kitchen, wrist twist it like it is stir fry. I'm totally butchering what is probably a song. It says I'm a mouse who can cook. Call me Remy with the pots and pans. And then the sheesh emoji. And he says, what's the best culinary concoction the lap convocation has cooked?
Sheesh.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Damn. Not
I
much
would
of a-
consider myself a master grilled cheese maker.
I can make a really good egg sandwich.
If you are lactose intolerant, do not eat any of the grilled cheese I give you because it is a lot of cheese. But what I have started doing is taking the dill seasoning from Trader Joe's
Okay.
and putting it on both sides of the bread, just so when you put it on the pan, it like sears it in and like
Mhm.
crusts it. It is absolutely fire. But I usually do that like two different. I do a slice of cheese and shredded cheese, and then onion strings, and it's just it is incredible. It is
Sounds pretty good.
it's pretty fire. It is also just the best munchie meal when you are just fucking zooted. Can confirm. But yeah, I would say I can definitely make a great fucking grilled cheese.
That sounds awesome, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not a very good cook. I don't cook a lot of things. I do like to do, I mean, my biggest like thing that everyone hates on me for is the hummus on burgers. Love me some hummus on a burger. But like I sometimes I'll make like this pasta with broccoli and like chopped up kielbasa. And that's really good. With feta cheese in there. It's pretty delicious.
Sounds like it'd be really good.
Yeah.
What about you, Lou?
The only thing that I know how to make that's actually kind of good is pasta sauce. A nice gravy. Nice red
Great.
gravy.
Nice red gravy, huh?
Yeah.
What is your noodle of choice, Lou?
Always rigatoni or bow tie.
Ooh, bow tie is a good one.
Yeah. But rigatoni or ziti. That's top two. Top three. And bow tie. I don't like
Right.
spaghetti. I don't like spaghetti noodles.
No, I like the angel hair.
I hate angel hair.
What?
Yeah, angel hair. Angel hair is not my favorite.
Oh,
It gets like too soggy and like the texture of it's just weird. I don't like thin noodles that much.
yeah, I get it.
Lou loves a girthy noodle.
Yeah,
He likes his
Bigger.
noodles thick and he likes his merch cream colored.
Yep.
Well, that's a great way to end.
There you go.
Hits a nail right on the head right there, bud.
Well, if you have made it this far, if you have joined us on Twitch tonight, thank you very much as always. We're almost there. It's almost time. Hopefully this Zegras and Drysdale stuff is sorted in the next couple days.
Yep.
It'll make life a lot easier, a lot more tolerable. Knowing
Make sure
that
you
they are
boo
safe.
Chris for predicting it wrong.
I deserve it. It's fine.
Just send
Although you
tomato
did say
gifts.
Friday, didn't you? Didn't you say Friday is a
No, nope. I said Monday, Wednesday. I said if we get to Thursday morning and they're not signed, then it's my problem. So
yeah, so just start booing them.
yep.
Send gifts of tomatoes to
yeah.
Chris's Twitter account.
I did. It's like people send me actual tomatoes.
I mean, yeah, but we're not
That'd
gonna.
be
But
kind of cool.
smushed.
You could make like salsa out of those tomatoes or something.
Yeah, true. Could turn it into a good thing.
I will probably be there on Saturday. So if you do, come say hi. I'll say hi back.
Say hi to the guys.
I probably won't say much back because I'm awkward and don't say much.
Most of us are. Give Lou a hug for me and like look right into his eyes and make it more awkward.
No, please don't. Prefer,
I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't
prefer if that doesn't happen. But
just say hi. Maybe in
you
passing.
could give me a hearty handshake if you
Yeah.
want.
nice pat on the back.
Yeah, nice attaboy. A nice kudos.
Tell him that he's a good boy.
Am I a dog now?
Yeah.
A nice shout out his family.
Shout out to his family. Yeah.
Well, that is it from us this week. You can find us pretty much everywhere. We got a Blue Sky account now too because
Yeah, I forgot we're on Blue Sky.
Oh, yeah, we got Blue Sky.
Elon may make Twitter paid and that shit don't fly. So
I like Twitter, but I don't like it that much. You know.
So we'll see.
So
how
you
that
can
goes.
follow us everywhere at Late Arrivals Pod. This episode will be out on Friday. So if you're in the Twitch chat, it'll be tomorrow.
Mhm.
Be everywhere you find your podcast, and then we'll see you someday next week. Because
Yeah.
Promo code LAP and promo code LAP10.
Yeah. Follow us on subscribe to us on YouTube and the Inside the Rink YouTube.
Subscribe everywhere. We need subscribers.
If you would like, leave us a rating and a review wherever you're listening to this. If you're not watching on any of those platforms, if you're listening on Spotify, Apple, I think we're on Google, I think we're on Amazon.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. Leave us a rating. It helps the show a lot. You don't have to leave us a review. It doesn't have to be anything long or anything. Just say hi or something. I don't know. But leave us a nice rating if you like what we're doing. And yeah, we appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.